Go ahead, do it right now. Hold up your hand and take a close look at one of your fingertips. You're looking at a complex landscape of tiny ridges and valleys, a pattern that's been with you since before you were born. These are your dermatoglyphs, and they generally fall into three main categories: loops, whorls, and arches. But here's where it gets incredible. The specific way those ridges end and split creates a pattern of minutiae that is statistically unique to you. The odds of someone else having your exact fingerprint are less than 1 in 64 billion. Across all of human history, it's almost certain no one has ever shared your prints, not even an identical twin. While twins share the same DNA that blueprints the pattern, the final design is shaped by random pressures in the womb. The precise way you moved as a fetus and the flow of amniotic fluid, these tiny variables ensure that even with identical genes, your fingerprints are yours alone. It's a perfect microscopic example of nature meeting nurture. So we've established they're the ultimate biological ID card. But evolution rarely does things without a reason. This brings us to the central mystery. Why did we evolve these intricate patterns in the first place? Were they just a happy accident? Or is there a functional purpose? Today, we use them for everything from crime scene investigations to unlocking our phones. But did these ridges evolve over millions of years just for modern convenience? Or is there a deeper purpose that was crucial for our ancestors' survival? A purpose we might still benefit from every single day? This is WhyOWhyTV, where we take everyday mysteries and uncover the surprising science behind them. Today, we're getting a grip on the truth about fingerprints, exploring theories from enhanced grip to heightened sensitivity, and finding out what other animals might be leaving their own unique marks. Fingerprints are famous because they're your body's unique signature. This incredible journey begins long before you're even born. Around the 10th week of pregnancy, the foundational blueprint is laid down. Your genes determine the general pattern, a loop, whorl, or arch. But the one-of-a-kind details, the minutiae, are sculpted by a chaotic symphony of random pressures inside the womb. As tiny fingers press against the amniotic sac, the skin's basal layer buckles into a unique design. This is why even identical twins have different fingerprints. Once this pattern is set, it's set for life, anchored deep within the skin's dermal layer. Minor scrapes on the surface simply heal, with the ridges growing back exactly as they were. To permanently alter a print, you'd need a deep injury that creates a scar. Some criminals have famously tried to burn their prints off with acid, but these attempts usually just add new, unique scars, ironically making them even more identifiable to investigators. This permanence and uniqueness is an investigator's dream. Fun fact, in over a century of forensic analysis and after examining hundreds of millions of prints, no two have ever been found to be identical. The statistical odds of a random match are estimated to be less than 1 in 64 billion. This powerful principle was scientifically established in the late 19th century, quickly becoming the gold standard for personal identification in law enforcement. That's why fingerprints became the gold standard not just in crime solving, but in modern security. Today, you use this same fundamental principle every time you unlock your smartphone or pass through an airport e-gate. Advanced technologies like AFIS can digitally compare a print against millions of records in minutes, a testament to how this tiny pattern, formed by chance before birth, has become one of the most trusted keys in our world. So here's the thing. If fingerprints are unique, does that mean their only purpose is ID cards for humans? Or did nature give us these swirls for a much deeper reason? Have you ever really looked at your fingertips? Those intricate swirls and loops aren't just decoration. They are a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. For millions of years, our primate ancestors navigated complex, three-dimensional environments, leaping from branch to branch. A secure grip wasn't just helpful. It was the difference between life and death. These ridges, known as friction ridges, are the biological tool that made it all possible. So how exactly do they work? Imagine trying to pick up a glass with perfectly smooth, featureless skin. It would slide right out. The ridges solve this problem in two brilliant ways. First, when you press your finger against a surface, these soft, pliable ridges deform, dramatically increasing the contact area. Second, they act like the treads on a high-performance tire. The grooves create tiny channels that whisk away sweat and other moisture, ensuring a solid, non-slip connection. This incredible design is why you can confidently grip a wet glass, a slippery fish, or a tool on a humid day. But don't just take our word for it. Scientists have put this to the test. In a key study at the University of Manchester, researchers had participants grip a piece of acrylic glass while measuring the friction generated. They wanted to see just how important these ridges really are. Then they had the participants cover their fingertips with a smooth material, effectively erasing their fingerprints. The results were striking. The friction force, the very thing that provides grip, was significantly reduced, leading to more slips. This confirmed that the ridges are crucial for increasing the sheer frictional force we can exert. It's a simple, elegant solution to a complex physical problem, honed by millions of years of evolution. Fingerprints also boost our sense of touch. As you run your fingers across a surface, the ridges amplify vibrations, making nerve endings more sensitive. That's how you can tell the difference between silk and sandpaper with just a gentle touch. Without fingerprints, our sense of texture would be duller, like listening to music with the bass turned down. Here's something to think about. Your fingerprints aren't just random art. They're mini amplifiers, designed by evolution to help you sense the world better. Why would evolution favor fingerprints? Survival. Our primate ancestors spent much of their lives in trees. Better grip meant fewer falls. Better touch sensitivity meant finding ripe fruit and detecting surfaces. Chimps, gorillas, and orangutans all have fingerprints. And here's the twist. Even some marsupials like koalas have them. In fact, a koala's print is so close to ours, forensic experts say it could fool a human investigator. Fast forward to today, fingerprints are everywhere in modern tech. Your phone's scanner detects those tiny ridges. Airports use them for biometric ID. Banks, laptops, even gym memberships sometimes require them. Think about it. A feature that started as an evolutionary tool to grip trees is now used to unlock Instagram. Nature's design turned into human security. So, next time your phone unlocks with a touch, are you really using futuristic tech? Or just borrowing an ancient tree-climbing hack from evolution? Fingerprints aren't just practical, they're quirky too. Some people are born without fingerprints, a rare condition called dermatoglyphia. Your toes have prints too, though they're less used. And studies suggest your prints might influence how sweat spreads across your fingers, which explains why smudges on phone screens always look so unique. So why do we have fingerprints? Because they give us grip, amplify touch, and make each of us unique. They evolved as a survival tool and turned into a personal ID system that even your phone relies on. Fingerprints may look small, but they hold a huge story, from the treetops to technology. This has been WhyOWhyTV. If you learned something new, give this video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you never stop asking why. And here's your teaser. If fingerprints explain why we grip things, why is the sky dark at night? That's a why for next time.